And we are back, the Triple Cross Podcast, Baseball Edition. I am here with my main man, Munt, who was also my catcher in high school. Also, I was his catcher. We were the battery mates. We are both in Los Angeles.
I think
Absolutely.
we're giving away too much information right here.
I mean, we go ways back. We are also both in Los Angeles, where it is scorching hot. So Munt was able to set up his fan. I'm not even joking, I have 3 fans going right now. And I'm not that far away from the ocean, but it doesn't matter. So anyways, Munt,
I got my only fan.
So you got what?
My only fan, so I'm taking care of.
Your only fan, okay. Not only fans, like only fan. Okay.
Right.
Munt has new shades. What you were telling me about these? What kind of shades are these?
They're good for looking at the computer screen. So when you're looking at the computer for a long periods of time, blue blockers. That's what they're
blue blockers. So they're not for elderly people.
No, or Kim Kardashian. They're for.
Is that what Kim Kardashian wears? She wears those.
I feel like she could pull them off if she tried. Something like them.
Interesting. Next time I see Kim, I will mention that you said to wear those. Maybe we'll get a sponsorship. Who knows? The world is weird.
I need photo proof.
You need photo proof of what? Me meeting her?
Yeah, you and Kim.
Okay. Well, we're gonna talk offline because things are weird in LA and we don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But speaking of sunglasses, and welcome into everyone who is watching on YouTube and Playback. On Playback, I just have a game going on right now. But speaking of sunglasses, we have to call out a sponsor, Dappz Sunglasses. I have not bought them yet. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Maybe Munt will. Maybe he won't. Maybe Kim Kardashian will. Or maybe she won't. I don't know. Maybe all 3 of us will do a really cool commercial with Dappz Sunglasses. Who knows? Go to Dappz Sunglasses and use promo code BELLYUP for 10% off. That is our sponsor for today. We are also doing a gift card on Playback after the show. Playback is an exclusive community. We are live. Well, we're kind of live there, sort of quasi. But we're going to do a Dappz Sports gift card. Dappz, DAPPZ, sports.com. They do breaks and memorabilia giveaway. So they do some cool stuff. So that's going to be our giveaway for today. Everyone who is joining in, hello, Adam, Michael, Andrew, and I think that is the gang we have for today. We may be getting a special guest later on in the show, but right now it's just me and Munt. I've been talking a lot. Munt, tell me what has been going on in betting fantasy world.
You have to guess what the over-under.
Uh-oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Munt.
We're going to have to guess. Can you hear me
While
now?
Munt is figuring out his technical difficulties, it may be the heat. I don't know. Maybe your microphone just got too hot. I'm going to continue to talk so you guys have full entertainment.
It works.
Can't hear you, Munt.
It says
let me try this. Can you talk now, Munt?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. It may be my AirPods.
It is your AirPods. So anyways,
yeah, it may be.
What was the over-under for the amount of times we mentioned Kim Kardashian in the intro? 4.5 over-under.
I'm gonna say over.
It was 5 times. I gave a sharp line.
You were taking note of that?
Yeah, we mentioned it.
I can't wait. You know what, my goal now, my new goal in life is for me, you, and Kim to go to the not Shake Shack. I'm thinking of the hamburger place in Westwood. Not In-N-Out. The place on Pico.
Oh, Apple Pan.
Apple Pan. Kim, if you're listening, Munt, me, and you are going to Apple Pan. We're getting some burgers and some Apple Pans. That's what we're doing for your next birthday. That's where your birthday party is going to be. Anyways, Munt, wow. I need to know what's happening on fantasy sports.
What's happening on fantasy
or betting? General overview.
Well, I mean, if you go to beastdome.com, you can see my pick of the day, which I've been on fire with. Tonight we got Eduardo Rodriguez, the pitcher for the Tigers, over 5.5 Ks. Currently against Kansas City. Let's see what he's at right now. We are at the bottom of the 5th, and K-Rod's got 7 Ks. So he already took care of the over. So anyways, beastdome.com, you can see those picks there.
And Munt, you do all sports too, not just baseball. Are you gearing up for football?
Oh yeah, football season's full heat right now. We're still waiting on Dalvin.
My AirPods died. Hold on one second. While I'm dealing with my technical difficulties, what's going on here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. Who's your team, man? Football.
I'm a fantasy football guy, so I'm never loyal to one team, but it's usually whatever team I have my people draft at quarterback. It's been Tom Brady the last 3 years, so now we got to find a new QB.
Wait. So who's your team though?
I was a Bucks fan the last 2 years, and then a Patriots fan.
So you just follow Brady?
Well, that's because he was the quarterback. I was having everyone draft in the 7th round. Can you believe people were waiting for the 7th round for Tom Brady? Like, does that even make sense to you?
I mean, we're going down a football rant, but what about Brock Purdy? He was dead last, and I mean, obviously he hasn't played his career, but I don't know. He's pretty solid to me.
Right now he goes about the number 24 QB in fantasy football, which is not bad. There's really no risk of taking him as your, QB2.
Okay. Well, if you want more information on football, go to beastdome.com and check it out. Mike, can you hear me still? Or am I
can hear you.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. My AirPods are funky. Rose, hello, welcome in. Guys, for everyone who is not in LA right now, it's scorching hot. I have 3 fans going on. Munch just set up his fan. If we step away or pass out or something strange happens, it's because it's hot or the computer decides to stop working.
I feel like we're being very LA complaining about the weather. It's probably not even that hot. It's probably like 85.
Uh-oh. I think my AirPod just went out again.
You know how hot it is?
I'm just taking it out.
It's 79 degrees.
That's in the shade, by the way. Anyways, yeah, Michael, I'm sure it's hot in New York too. So let's get into it because we've been talking about 8 minutes about non-baseball stuff. So let's get into the meat of the show. Trade deadlines. The trade deadline is approaching. And obviously, let's just talk about the elephant in the room, Ohtani. Munt, I'm gonna come out and say, and I want your take on this, that Ohtani does move, and maybe I'm biased, but maybe I'm more realistic. I think he goes to the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers unload. Look, they have a deep farm system, right? And they've got guys that were just in the farm that they just called up that are performing pretty well. I feel like they just unleash a bunch of farm guys on the Angels and make that deal happen. And for the Angels, I mean, I think they could get 5 or 6 guys that are top tier talent, and then they can revamp their whole system, not just around one player, but about a whole bunch. Is that thought crazy?
I love the idea, and both teams should be on board. The Angels basically turn into to the Los Angeles Angel Dodgers with all the minor league guys they bring up eventually and start. And Ohtani gives the Dodgers a big pitcher, which they need with all the injuries, as well as a big hitter, which any team could need.
So you think I'm right?
I love it.
Okay.
I sign off on the approval.
All right. Well, so that's option A. 1A, okay. Where would 1B? 1B would be. I mean, I know that there was a fake rumor, right, for the Yankees.
Yeah, but the Yankees are just losing so many games. Like, what's the point of getting him? Like, yeah, he might sign with the Yankees long term if they do it, but they're giving up Jason Dominguez, who is going to be a superstar already.
Well, I mean, but okay, hold on. Let's talk about this. Jason Dominguez, how many MLB games has he played?
I understand that Ohtani is on a legendary status compared to Dominguez.
Yeah.
But
you're telling me the Yankees, like if let's hypothetically say the Angels want Volpe and Dominguez for Ohtani. I'm doing that 100%.
You're doing that if you're the Yankees? Yeah.
Yeah.
You would sell a ton of jerseys. Like, the amount of jerseys you would sell in that amount of time would be ridiculous.
So why wouldn't you don't think Ohtani would help the Yankees out? Is that your argument?
My argument is that the Yankees aren't going to make the playoffs regardless.
Okay.
However, if they did get Ohtani, it would give them a slight chance, but I don't see him making the playoffs because Judge has to come back healthy and Stan has to get it going again. Right now.
So wait, Michael says, hold on, let me pull this up. Michael says Angels owner said he's not trading with the Dodgers. Ooh, I did not know that. Michael, can you confirm your source on that? Because there's a lot of
It probably makes sense.
Why wouldn't he do? That's just being.
No, because it's an LA thing.
That's an ego thing. That's kind of that's a stupid thing. If you're going to get 5 or 6 top tier prospects for Ohtani, you do that for sure.
Well, I mean, the Yankee deal sounds sweeter than that Dodger deal. If I'm the Angels.
Yeah, but let's say he goes to the Yankees and they make that trade. I mean, they only make that trade the Dodgers only make that trade really if they think that they're going to sign Ohtani to a long-term deal. Otherwise,
there's no lock of that.
What's that?
There's no lock of that happening, but it does help. It does help them.
Yeah, that's the risk, right? Like if the Yankees or Dodgers are like, oh, we're going to go get Ohtani now, and we're going to give up a ton of players, but he's not signing the deal, that's not worth it. You have to do that if there's a deal in place, which I don't think – I've never heard of that being done, like at the trade deadline, right?
No, that's not going to happen.
So, I mean, let's rethink this then. Honestly, I wouldn't even do a deal. Like, unless it's like lowballing and the Angels want something in return. Because the Dodgers or Yankees or whoever are not going to give up some big tier prospect in the chance that Ohtani re-signs or signs with another team in the offseason. That's
he can win you the whole thing this year. And
I don't think he can do that.
If he goes to the Dodgers, like Dodgers for sure. If he goes to any team that's in the playoffs, they all of a sudden have a chance to win it all. Ohtani can carry a squad.
I don't think so. I don't think he can carry. I don't think one player can carry a squad.
He's been that player this year. When he's pitching, pretty much a guaranteed win for the team that night. And when he's in the lineup, he could go deep at any at bat. He's been ridiculously clutch, home run after home run.
But I don't think Ohtani can. I don't think he can carry a whole. I don't think one player can carry a whole team.
If there was one player, he is that player, and that's what makes
you would risk. So let me ask you: if you're the Dodgers, let's put the Dodgers as an example. You would risk getting Ohtani, giving up prospects, and potentially not re-signing him or signing him to a deal for
worth it. You got to win it all. Play each year like it's the last.
Interesting.
That's the LA mentality.
I don't know if the GMs are thinking like you. Maybe they are. I mean, look, if the Dodgers, maybe they give up, maybe not 5 or 6, if they give up like 2 or 3 prospects and they have a chance at winning it this year and maybe a chance at signing Ohtani to a deal. I don't know.
Look at the trade the Dodgers made getting Trey Turner and Max Scherzer for Josiah Gray. It's like the same thing. You got these superstars, might as well just get a prospect.
Wait, the Dodgers had Josiah Gray?
Yeah.
I don't
for those two. Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
Fun fact.
let's talk about like maybe the worst trades ever. Do you remember when Mike Piazza was traded?
What was the trade?
Oh man, dude, hold on. It was a while. It was like
While you're looking that up, the
Yeah.
worst trade, in my opinion, is when the Dodgers gave up Jordan Alvarez for Josh Fields, the reliever.
Yeah, but those aren't big names.
Jordan Alvarez is like.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was just looking this up. All right, so in 1998, Piazza was traded with Todd Zeile,
Classic,
to the Marlins for Gary Sheffield, Charles Johnson, Jim Eisenreich, Bobby Bonilla, and Manuel Barrios. It was a three-team trade. But yeah, that was crushed, dude, because Piazza was like, that's when he went to the Marlins for a hot second, and then he got traded to the Mets.
Right.
Yeah. So he
and
was just.
Sheffield was a legend in LA.
Gary Sheffield was, but like, dude, Piazza's like for sure more of a legend than Gary Sheffield.
Do you remember I used to have Gary Sheffield's batting stance?
I am trying to imagine it
It's
slightly. I don't. Yeah, kind of. You may have not looked as smooth as Gary Sheffield.
Yeah, you know what? I saw videos of it, and I was violent with my bat. It was ridiculous.
I mean, well, this isn't it. Well, actually, this is a trade actually that did happen. The worst trade in MLB history. You know the worst trade?
What?
I mean, you got to know the worst trade ever.
Say it. It's not coming to me.
Babe Ruth.
For what? What was the trade?
He went to the He went to the Yankees. I will tell you exactly.
Right? You got to know the whole. We got to know the whole trade. That's a big move right there.
Let's see. On January 5th, 1920. Sorry, they didn't trade. They purchased his contract for. Do you want to guess how much?
$300,000.
No, $125,000.
That's kind of close. He was worth $300K.
Yeah. So it was sorry, it wasn't a trade. But there is that. That's what started the curse of the Bambino with the Red Sox. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it was not a.
Isn't it funny that it took Big Papi to break the curse of the Bambino?
Yeah, he was 24. Yeah, that's crazy. $125,000. All right, let's just get it out of the way since we're on the subject. Since we're talking about Ohtani and Babe Ruth, we might as well talk about. We can come back to the trade deadline, but let's talk about, because this is a comparison that has been happening a lot. Babe Ruth and Ohtani, and they're like, okay. And actually, I saw a stat today, where like Ohtani and Babe Ruth had almost identical like statistics for the amount of games they played, both pitching and hitting. I'm trying to pull it up right now. And Ohtani stats. Because it was like super crazy to know that like these guys are like basically almost identical. Okay, here it is. This is great. This is okay. Stats per 162 game average. And this is like up to current statistics. So hits, Babe Ruth 186, Ohtani 156. Doubles, Ruth 33, doubles, Ohtani 30. Triples, Ruth 9, triple, Ohtani 6. Home runs, Ruth 46, Ohtani 39. Average, Ruth 342, Ohtani 272. BP 474 for Ruth, 358 for Otani. So there is some definitely some similarities there. I don't know if you caught all those numbers. I was reading them.
No, I caught all of them.
Okay,
there's similarities, but
there
at
are
the end
similarities.
At the end of the day, we're debating who's better. Like Babe Ruth was facing literally milkmen at the back of those lineups, probably the 7, 8, 9 guys were like guys that have no business being there. While in today's day, 7, 8, 9 hitters could hit 25 home runs.
So you're saying
Otani's way better. Like he's facing such superior competition, and what he's doing is just. If Otani was pitching in Babe Ruth's day, he would just be on a completely different level.
Okay, so here's where I'm going to disagree with you and maybe a lot of other people. How many World Series has Otani won?
Otani's not done playing.
He's not done playing, but I mean, dude, he is so far from Babe Ruth.
But you're the one who said earlier in this show that one player cannot carry a baseball team.
I didn't say Babe Ruth can carry a baseball team. He also was around a ridiculous amount of talent when he was playing. Yeah. But I will say, but look, I mean, he's won 0 championships. How many? I mean, I don't know how many MVP he won. MVP, was it last year or what was it? I'm gonna.
Did they give him MVP?
Let's see how many.
If it was last year. Or no,
he won. Oh, he won. No, he won twice. He won in 21 and he won in 22. Okay, so he's got two MVPs, 0 championships.
Which is ridiculous in 3 years. 2 MVPs in his first 3 years.
Okay, he'll probably win MVP this year, right?
Yeah, guaranteed.
Okay. So 3 MVPs.
Might win Cy Young this year also.
Okay, but dude, if you have I don't care if you have 12 MVPs and 12 Cy Youngs. If you have 0 championships, you can't be considered one of the best. If Michael Jordan never won championships, but he was winning MVPs and all these awards, right?
Is it Otani's fault that they're not winning championships?
I'm not saying that it's not Otani's fault, but I'm saying you cannot be deemed like the greatest baseball player to ever live if you've never won he's never won any. So if he wins one,
how many did Babe win?
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to guess he won 7.
You said 7?
I'm going to guess.
Okay. I'll take the under.
Let's see. He won in, do you count this with the Yankees, overall with the Yankees and Red Sox, or just the Yankees? You got to count them all, right?
Yeah. How many championships they won?
He won 7.
So Vegas everyone gets their money back. No, you actually got it right. That's a very sharp line.
I mean, come on. Let's put it this way. Michael Jordan never won a championship. If LeBron James never won championships, if Wayne Gretzky never won championships, these guys, if they don't win championships, they cannot be considered the greatest player to ever live.
I hear you, but Otani still has plenty of years left to win that championship.
Otani is, let's see, I think he's 29.
Regardless, he's playing baseball for another decade.
Let's see. He is 29 years old. He will play for at least another decade, maybe 11 years, something like that. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, he could DH.
Technology.
What's that?
With modern medicine, you never know.
Yeah. Okay, let's say best case scenario. Well, let's say realistic, he plays for a decade. Okay. Yeah. Let's say he gets traded to the Dodgers, who will spend money and compete. How many World Series championships do the Dodgers win over the next 10 years? Realistically,
3 to 5.
Probably maybe 3 or 4. Maybe.
Okay. So in the range that I put.
I mean, yeah. I think it may be even less. I think it may be 2 to 4. in a decade.
Only because baseball is so much more competitive now than it was back in Babe Ruth's day. You know, like who was the best team the Yankees used to go up against?
Michael says that's not a good statement. Why is that not a good statement? If Michael Jordan never won championships, he would not be considered the greatest basketball player to ever live. If Wayne Gretzky never won championships, he would not be considered the greatest hockey. Wayne Gretzky is like by far the greatest hockey player to ever play. Like it's not close. Like basketball, there's like we got LeBron.
Like
What's that?
There's like 8 GOATs in the NBA, but you know who's not talked about is really the GOAT of the NBA is Shaq. Like Shaq was so dominant, you know.
True.
Like you knew he was just going to control every game he played in.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is like let's come back to it. Like if you don't win championships, you cannot be considered a GOAT of a sport. If Tiger Woods never win championships, he's not. I mean, I don't know if people consider him a GOAT. Like, I mean, from what I've seen,
Tiger Woods, yeah, he's a GOAT.
Yeah, I mean, so you just it's not who's okay. Let's put it this way: Tom Brady. If Tom Brady never won a championship, he would not be the GOAT. Period. End of story.
Yo,
I actually have a better question. I have a better question.
Okay.
Who in baseball, and I'm going to think about this too, who is a player that if they were actually on a team that won championships, like could be in the considered maybe a great baseball player or a GOAT-worthy baseball player?
You're saying baseball?
In baseball, like that's someone that didn't win any championships.
I got the perfect name for you.
Do you? Hold on, let me think. Let me think about it for a second. What team?
That's giving it away.
Well, what team did he mostly play on?
We're going in the past, not a current player.
Yeah, in the past.
Okay.
Oh, you were thinking current.
Yeah, I was gonna throw you your fastball right back at you.
Oh, well, okay. Wait, go current. What team?
You didn't hear it?
No.
I can't tell you that. I'll give it away.
No, tell me.
The Angels.
Trout?
And Ohtani.
Well, yeah, okay, Ohtani. Trout, yeah.
Yeah, both of them.
No, but give me someone from the past.
Okay.
Like who is a guy that
Griffey ever win one? I don't think Griffey ever won. No, he never did.
Let's see.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, I don't think he did. Never played in the World Series. That's a good call.
I mean, you could argue that he would be the GOAT if he did win championships.
Oh, you know what? I've got a list right here. I just Googled it. All right, so I'm gonna run these off. That doesn't count. Okay, at number 10, Jeff Bagwell.
That's a good one. But he would never be a GOAT. He would just be a great person.
Number 9, Ernie Banks.
Okay.
Number 8, Harmon Killebrew. I mean, this is like old school.
Yeah. Babe Ruth was
this isn't GOAT worthy, but like he's in the Hall of Fame. Tony Gwynn.
Gwynn was a hitting GOAT.
Carl Yastrzemski, Griffey. Ooh. Number 2, Ty Cobb.
Wow.
And number 1, for sure.
Wait, just tell me the team. Tell me the team.
Red Sox.
Nomar Garcia-Parra.
No, think old.
No, then just say it.
No, think old and think the greatest hitter to ever play.
Ted Williams.
Yeah. So, like, let's say Ted Williams won 7 World Series. He may be competing with Babe Ruth as a GOAT.
Who is the GOAT, though? Not of, like, baseball, like Babe Ruth, but who is the best hitter GOAT? Just the best hitter GOAT.
I mean, Ted Williams you got to go with.
I'd go Barry Bonds.
Really?
Bonds was just a machine.
But Ted Williams, dude, the dude was eating, like, French fries and cheeseburgers in the dugout. Like, he didn't – he wasn't on any supplements.
But Bonds was hitting bombs like left
He
and
was
right.
doing that, but not until like, he started to really get with. I mean, Ted, you want to hear some stats? Let's go up Ted Williams stats, and we'll compare it to Barry Bonds.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go based off of batting average. So let's see. First of all, Ted Williams missed 3 years because of the war. So batting average.
No excuse.
His lowest batting average in his career was 254. That he only hit below 200 once.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but the lowest batting average after that was 316. So 254 was an outlier. It was the second to last year. He hit 254. Then the second to lowest was 316.
Did you ever read Ted Williams' book?
I did.
I wish I did. Do you think did it help your hitting?
I mean, what did I hit? Like 550 my senior year. So obviously.
Yeah, like it really gave you good insight.
I mean, look, there's a difference between reading a book about hitting and then going out and trying to hit a pitch. There's, it's like anything. You can read about it, but until you actually step in the batter's box, it's a different. I don't know. Maybe it helped me. I can't remember. Let's go to Barry Bonds. His lowest batting average in his career was. I won't count.
233. 233 is my guess.
No, 223. His rookie year. I won't count that.
That doesn't count. It doesn't count.
All right, so let's go. Let's get out of there. So 248 is what I have.
I mean, that's not bad.
248 is 248 versus, what did I say? 254. Okay, so that's comparable. Yeah. Then after that, his next worst year bad year was, I see 270, 261.
I don't think you're looking at these stats in an interesting enough way.
I know I'm not. I'm not compiling them in an interesting way.
Just give me like a good stretch of time. Bonds was getting 33 home runs to 44 home runs with, 100 plus RBI season 7 out of 8 years.
So Bonds hit 30 or more home runs from 1992 to 2004. So for 12 years. He hit 33 or more home runs.
And Ted Williams probably hit like 15 home runs, right?
No, Ted Williams had some pop too. I mean, definitely not as many. But look, Ted Williams has 521 home runs.
Yeah, he's putting up some good 30 plus, home runs.
But his batting average, Ted Williams hit 344 in his career. Bonds is 298.
Well, once again, Bonds was facing, like if Ted Williams was facing the pitchers that Barry Bonds had to face, do you think Ted Williams would have the same numbers?
I think if you put Ted Williams in today's world with all the, medicine and technology and better bats and whatever you want to put in Ted Williams of today, I think he does very well. I mean, there was less data, obviously, so pitchers didn't have all the data to go back on like where to throw hitters and things like that. So you have that, but on the other side, you have hitters that have more data on what pitchers throw and, stuff like that. So it kind of evens out. I think in today's world, Ted Williams does do extremely well. My humble opinion. I don't know. You don't think so?
I mean, Ted Williams would be great, but is he Barry Bonds? Okay, well, you just answered the question. Your words, not mine.
But here's the more pressing subject we've been talking about, the GOAT. If you don't win World Series, like Ted Williams never won a World Series, you're not the GOAT. Therefore, Ohtani, I'm sorry, but you are a fantastic baseball player. You can carry a lot on your shoulders, but if you don't win 7 or more championships, that's the benchmark. No matter what somebody says, if you don't win 7, that's how many Babe has. Babe's got 7. So he's got 10 years. He's got 10 years to win 7 championships.
Ohtani's only has to win like 2 maximum, and he's the GOAT. Even one is debatable GOAT, but 2 definitely GOAT.
All right, let's think about this hypothetical situation. In 500 years, when we're still doing this podcast, when you have a Babe Ruth autograph baseball and an Ohtani autograph baseball, and Ohtani has won 7 championships, what is going to be more valuable?
That's such a great question.
I mean, it's an easy answer.
I believe it's going to go Ohtani just because he's Japanese, and like that makes it even more special to Japanese culture. So
I agree, but Babe was like one of the OGs, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a Mona Lisa or you know, it's one of those old, you know, you just can't. I mean, it's 2023. Babe Ruth was playing 100 years ago already, you know. It's like it's the OG. There weren't players. Well, I don't think there was no baseball in 1823.
You know what's going to be worth more? It'll be the Babe Ruth ball because there'll be so far few less signed by Babe Ruth than Ohtani.
That's true. Yeah, but strictly on the GOAT, I'd sell. Michael says, I'd sell the Babe baseball if I had one. I'd take the money because I could care less. Cool. What about Ohtani? Do you care about him?
No, I think the Ohtani one he would keep.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation that will evolve over time, but I'm sticking to my guns and saying Ohtani, I don't think will ever be considered the GOAT because of that factor. It's just not possible. So, anyways, we got on a side tangent because we were talking about Ohtani getting traded and then Babe Ruth and that stuff. Munt, what else do you possibly think is happening at the trade deadline? Do you have sellers? Do you have buyers? Do you have teams with any players that you want to call out?
You know, I believe the Phillies should make moves at the deadline to become a stronger team. Like, Braves are not the same Braves that they were early in the year. Their pitching's really fallen apart as of late. Phillies can make a push. Bryce Harper's hot. Schwarber's hot. The city's electric. Football season's coming up. The Phillies are 9 back in the NL East, but they could easily make the playoffs. They can win the whole thing. If I'm the Phillies,
now they're 10 back. Just FYI.
Okay. I would go for Max Scherzer if I was the Phillies. You know, Mets are done.
Really?
They're in a fire sale. Get Verlander. Get a couple of veteran pitchers in there, and then you got a strong pitching staff and the offense that can really hit.
Interesting. Well, right now, if the season ended, the Phillies would be in the wild card. But it's a tight wild card right now. There's the Marlins and Reds right behind them, and the Giants and the Diamondbacks. So you got 5 teams competing.
And the Padres can make a run back in it too if they get
the Padres are 7 back. I mean, they can make a run. It's still enough time.
There's enough time. They got all.
You've got the Mets. The Mets are 7. The Mets are 7 back too.
They're done though.
You think the Mets?
You know, it's interesting. They got the pieces to win, but like something's wrong there. Like they just seem like they're not a winning baseball team. I know they won tonight, but it's interesting. What do you think? You think the Mets have a chance to come back in it?
No, I think the Mets are just. They thought they could buy players, and I think Verlander and Scherzer are just old, and they just. I mean, yeah, they're still good, but I don't. I feel like the owner just thought he was going to buy everyone. You know, they've played 95 games, and they're 5 games below 500. So it's not looking too good for them. That's for sure. It's an interesting call out with the Phillies, though. I like that. Do you think the Giants are in it too, right?
Giants play like Little League Baseball, just a bunch of role players that are just like getting hits at key times. They don't really have that superstar in the lineup.
I know, but do they go out and get somebody?
It could break up the team flow. They got a good like core of guys that all know their role and getting along. A superstar bat would take away playing time from a lot of people.
What if the Giants got Ohtani?
It'd be great for their jersey sales for sure, like especially with Chinatown right there.
I'm glad Warren and Justin are not here because they would be roasting you right now. Dude, that's an interesting mood because Ohtani would definitely be the centerpiece of – because Judge was maybe going to go to the Giants last year, right? And that was going to be their centerpiece. I mean, it's not – I wouldn't count the Giants out of it, really, if they wanted to –
I don't know if they have enough good pieces to make it happen. They'd have to trade a lot of players that are playing now.
Yeah. A couple call-outs from earlier in the season that – I mean, these that may have made deadlines or whatever, but the Pirates are 11 games back. They're 12 games under 500. They started out pretty hot. The Cardinals are 10 games under 500, 10 games back. I don't know the last time the Cardinals were under 500.
Yeah, there's something. Yadi Molina leaving that team was a lot bigger of a deal than people are making out to be.
Yeah, that's true. The Braves are rocking and rolling.
They're struggling right now. They're slowly falling apart.
Let's take a look at the AL East is obviously the strongest division. The Yankees are 8.5 back, but they're 4 over 500. If the season ended today, they would not make the playoffs. They're only 3 games out. We got the Rays, Jays, Astros, Red Sox, and Yankees. And the Angels are 5 games out of the wild card. So there's definitely a lot of stuff that could happen with Aaron Judge coming back. Well, actually, when do you think Aaron Judge comes back?
Nothing's official yet. Like, if I had to guess, I'd say mid-August, early August, like somewhere in there.
So you're thinking about a month?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if the Yankees make any big trades because they're going to have Judge back, and it's like they're in it enough. They're 3 games out of the wild card, I think the Dodgers. Obviously we got to talk about the Dodgers. The Dodgers are 1.5 up on the Diamondbacks have finally cooled off, even though it's probably 100.
I don't know. They're heating back up again. They're about to win 2 in a row against the Braves.
They won 2 in a row. The Dodgers have lost. I think are they playing right now? I'm not sure.
Dodgers lost earlier today to the O's.
They lost earlier. Okay, but the Dodgers are first where they should be. You know who I just thought of that needs to be traded is the shortstop on the Rockies, Chris Bryant.
Outfielder on the Rockies, but yeah.
I thought he was short. No, he's. Why am I saying he's?
He played third for a minute, but now he's outfield.
Okay. Dude, what is he doing there? Like, he signed a massive deal, and it's like you're on the Rockies. Like, they're not good.
Yeah, and he's doing all right since the All-Star break. He's got a couple home runs, but he really has not shown any pop at all since going over there.
Like, I just don't know. Yeah,
it's a good call.
He needs to. I mean, like the Dodgers could. Well, he's got a massive contract, so someone's got to eat that. So
yeah, but it is a good call for someone to take a chance on him if they need it.
Yeah, for sure. There's some other guys out there that are just lingering that need to be moved. But the Orioles are right there with the Rays now. Orioles are just wow. Well. There's not. I mean, next week there'll be more information around the trade deadline. A little bit early, but not too early. Speaking of playoffs, we'll round it out with this. Do you have any new predictions on where some teams? We can go through it real quick. Who's got the AL East? You think now what you know what you know.
Now that we know what we know. It really feels like it can go to any team. Whoever gets Ohtani in the AL East.
Okay. Do you think the Twins are the lock in the Central?
Yeah, I'd still go Twins there. They still got the pitchers, even though they haven't been pitching well.
Guardians are only 2 back.
You said Indians are only 2 back?
Well, they're not the Indians anymore. They're the Guardians, but yes. They're only 2 back.
Always be the Indians. Yeah, but the Twins offense is really on fire right now. If that pitching gets just even a little bit better, like their talent's already amazing. If they start pitching to their level, they'll coast, no problem.
In the West, you got the Rangers and Astros. The Rangers are 4.5 up.
Yeah, it seems like the Astro regime is finally done.
Wow, you think so? Okay. Adam says the Orioles will take the division. Rays will wild card. Interesting.
It's possible. It's possible.
I mean, the Braves are a lock in the East for the National League.
I don't know.
Dude, the Phillies are 9.5 back.
They're gonna. The Braves lost today.
They've lost 4 in a row. The Braves.
Yeah, they're really struggling out of the gates. Like none of their pitchers are pitching well. They're all
probably the least exciting division in all of baseball, the NL Central. The Brewers are up 2.5 games.
I like the Reds to come back and get their momentum going
again. Dude, Ellie De La Cruz is a fun dude to watch. Did you see him? We did not talk about this. We got to talk about it. He stole second base, and then he stole third and home on one pitch. Did you see that?
Not on one pitch. Well, yeah, no, he did because they threw it back to the pitcher. You're right. You're right.
Did you see that?
I did, but you know what's going on with him now is he's getting picked off left and right because everyone knows he's running. He was like caught off the base pass twice yesterday.
Okay.
So he's got to tame it.
Mean, he's going to learn from all this, his mistakes. He's still trying to figure out. Also, his batting average is like way far down because pitchers started to realize what they can get away with, what they can't get away with. So there's always an adjustment when somebody comes up and they get more data and stuff. But he's fun to watch.
That kid really messed up giving away that home run ball of his. Remember that kid who caught his ball?
Was that the game we were talking about? Like, you were like, I'll take Bengals season tickets.
Yeah.
He did.
It's a valuable baseball.
I mean, there's a lot of hype around. There's been a lot of hype around a lot of rookies that have been, forever. We'll see if he lives up to his expectation. I will say this, dude, he is fast. Like, he almost beat out a routine ground ball the other day. Like, I mean, it was just a sliver off. And I'm like, dude, if infielders are not like super aggressive and on it, like he's going to beat out just routine ground balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. The Reds have not been good in a long time. That would be fun to see them in the playoffs and Ellie De La Cruz. Maybe the Reds get Ohtani.
I put $15 to win 1,000 on the Reds, like early July or late June or something
for the World Series.
Yeah, but I can just hedge it during the playoffs. Like put $100 on the team to play in the first round.
Interesting. Let's see. And the West, obviously the Dodgers are taken. So,
Padres are going to make a quiet run.
I don't know. I don't think so. But the Padres should unload. Honestly, if one team wants to deal some players to the Dodgers, let's go. They've got enough infielders. They have like 3 shortstops. The Dodgers need shortstops. We'll take any of them. For sure.
Yeah, but they don't want to give anything to the Dodgers because they have to play they're in the NL West together.
I know. Yeah, I understand.
Can you imagine Soto going to the Dodgers? That'd be ridiculous.
I wouldn't want Soto. I would want like Fernando Tatis.
How about bringing Manny Machado back?
Nah, you get a one shot opportunity.
One shot, yeah.
Yeah, you're done.
You right.
All right. Let's wrap it up here. We'll call the show a little bit on the earlier side today, but folks that are watching on YouTube, we are going to do a giveaway on PlayBack. So make sure that you go to PlayBack. If you're already on PlayBack, stay there. We're going to do a giveaway. It'll be a gift card to dappsports.com. Mike Adams says all the central divisions are boring. Well, maybe Major League will change that up and put them just in East and West, and we'll get rid of the Central. There's no love in the Midwest, although the Midwest is great. I've been in the Midwest, great people, good food, good
What's
time.
your favorite city in the Midwest?
Ooh, well, I'm gonna have to go to the city that I've been to the most, which is St. Louis. It's not really that exciting. I have some family there, but they have toasted ravioli. I don't know if have you been to St. Louis, man?
No, but Adam saying they're boring, and then you're saying there's nothing to do there.
There is nothing to do there. I'm going to Milwaukee soon too. There's not much to do there too. Chicago's fun, Chicago, but I've only been there like once, so I can't say much. But St. Louis is it's hot. They like baseball. They've got toasted ravioli. I've got some family there.
You say toasted ravioli again, I might just have to make it.
This is going on a whole side subject, but Adam loves the Midwest. He just smaller markets, yeah. Anyways, if you're watching here or listening or on your CD player, please head to playback.tv/Triple Cross. If you don't know what a CD player is, you can Google it and find out, or a cassette. That's how old we are. We're going to do a gift card to dappsports.com.
Yo, forever young. Forever young.
That's right. And that's we're going to do that. So if you're not there, Munt, go to Playback because we got to talk about some other stuff. I won't be on Playback too long, like 2, 3, 5 minutes, whatever. Go to Playback, and we will see you all there. Bye, everybody.
Be stoned.